Hello, my name is Rev, and welcome to a possibly new series where instead of talking about random games, I get to yap about things I know I already enjoy. This and my other series should work well in a parallel, since I don't always feel like dealing with random weird games. I chose to do this since today's random pick is a JRPG I just recently got, still random, and 1 hour will not suffice for a review. So instead of going full game reviewer mode and spewing nonsense with no information, I will instead talk about one of my latest favorite games, Golf Club Nostalgia. Before I start my review though, I do want to clarify how this is going to go. As you can imagine, it's already on the good game list, and if I chose it specifically, it means that, close to everything about the game has attracted my attention in some way, so no random pet peeves I ran into, just my experience, no complaining for no reason. With that being said, Golf Club Nostalgia is a game I have randomly ran into a while ago. I believe it's been 3 or 4 months to be more specific, at a time when, in order to distract myself from my annoying depressive job, I would look through store deals on my Nintendo Switch. And despite having no information about it, I bought the game. I believe it was on sale for some $2-3, so no loss there. I also bought the game on Steam and finished a full run of its levels in story mode, as I very much enjoyed it, and it was once again on sale a couple days ago. And I cannot tell you if the Switch or PC were any different whenever it came to gameplay or my enjoyment. Of course, the controls are different and the screen is bigger, but that's about it. Everything else is just as enjoyable. And since this time I did not play it while working, I actually got to listen to the game, which just added an extra layer to my previous enjoyment, making it all the more better. In short, be it a console or computer, I had fun playing the game. I decided to have this game be the first in this series because I would like to take myself a little outside of my comfort zone. What I mean by this is that with good game or sucky game, all I have to do is play the game a little and talk about it, which is different than what I want to do now, because in this video I would like to also explain my feelings and personal experience outside of the gameplay and 1 hour it took me to beat it. Golf Club Nostalgia is a game that has quickly become something special to me, despite it being something simple and possibly forgettable. The image the game creates overall and its atmosphere very much ties into something I can only describe as quiet. If you play the game, and you should, you will learn that the game is based in the remnants of a broken Earth, years after the remaining survivors have left the planet and started a new life on Mars. And while the game uses the topic to comment and critique a lot of elements we run into on a day-to-day basis, that is not the takeaway I get when playing the game. Sure, I can appreciate the jabs thrown at the current owner of Twitter and the exaggerations made to place capitalism in a bad light, but after all that, what I end up feeling is a yearning for the quiet that surrounds our main character. The story of the game, which I would consider a little subtle, follows our main character who, after an unclear experience, just wants to be left alone. And honestly, I relate to that quite a lot. A little less these days since I got away from my previously annoying job, but it's still there. As any human, I deal with mental health a lot, and it's taking more time than what I would normally feel comfortable with. Just thinking about my role as a person, my relationships, the actions I have taken and continue to take. And I realize how much I lately forget what that quietness is like. I miss that a bit. Following Charlie and his search for escape from people in reality to someplace quiet with nobody around, when first playing it, it has given me a couple moments where I could just shut things up and just distract myself from anything going on. And that has left a really strong impression on me. I'm not the best whenever it comes to words or feelings, especially for a video. I think I've cut 20 sentences and I've retaken lines many a time just to get to this point. But hopefully this series will make me get better at it so that I get to let out how I feel about things important to me. And yeah, it's a game, it's not as important as, people and experiences, but it's still something I try to appreciate. Another thing I appreciate about the game is also its art and overall vibe, as for whatever reason it has very much resonated with me, to a point where it has managed to give me a huge wave of inspiration, something I've not felt in months at that point. I enjoy the game so much, I even went back to drawing after months just so I can create a small fan art piece for it. And even though I do not feel very comfortable with the idea, I will use the drawing I did for the game's thumbnail just as a small sign of care and in a way as a thanks, since from the game drawing came back, which led to my appreciation of art and drawing just coming back, and that snowballed toward me posting shorts and from that these videos. So leaving all that aside, and as a couple final words, the game is also just very good. It's quite simple. I would describe it as a platformer with extra steps, and as the name implies, you play golf, with the course being the ruins of old cities. As another small piece of lore, the idea is that people missing Earth have created a course in the ruins of Alphaville. Why golf though, I could not exactly tell you. The game implies that the people that got to live for Mars were higher class, so the snobs have nothing better to choose than golf. The levels are inventive, they are difficult but very doable, especially if you do not suck, which I do. You get the option of increasing the challenge level as well, to a point where no mistakes are allowed, but I do not care for that. Even though I did beat the middle challenge on the Switch when I first got the game, I will be leaving that alone for right now. I think this is enough yapping though. The thought of doing subtitles for this is already scary, but I suppose a longer video from time to time will be good for me, especially if it's for a game I actually care for. And with all that said, go get the game, it's worth it, especially on a sale. And just as a special thing, let's say that if anyone gives me a nice reasoning to the comment section, I may even buy someone a copy. This should be enough though. I will see you again in the next video. Thank you for watching. Follow me, nerds. Bye bye.